So if we're doing some upper body activities, let's make sure we keep the core involved. If you've got problems or weakness in the upper body, it's a good chance you've got some problems in your core. The push-up test and the functional movement screen will tell us that. If you've got a problem in your push-up test, it means you're not creating good engagement with the core and you're not connecting what's going on in the upper body to the core and also the lower body. So here's a little routine that will help you do both. Let's start with an incline push-up. We know if they score low on the functional movement screen push-up, they can't do a good push-up from the ground. So let's start incline and let's gauge how far away you need your feet and how much decline or incline the person needs to do. So Virginia's going to start right here and just do a few reps, pushing down, push away, making sure you keep everything lined up. You don't want to have the person lose core engagement. So I want to tell Virginia, keep your butt tight, keep your core tight as you're doing this activity, and just move your hands down if you feel like it's pretty easy, but don't let that spine lose good positioning. That's the key component here, right? So now we're doing a push-up. So let's keep the upper body involved. Let's go right to a pull-up. So we got a decent setup right here so Virginia can walk herself up. So I know we got some upper body weakness, so the person may not be able to do a good pull-up. So let's use the lower body in this case to create some assistance. So now I'm going to let her use her lower body to pull herself up, but now when she goes down, I want her using as little of her lower body as possible. Pull yourself up, keep that core engaged, lower yourself down, don't let those legs do much work. Pull yourself up and just keep those feet turned in, turn those feet in, keep those feet pointed straight. So keep those feet straight, that's going to help her hips. Keep that butt tight, lower yourself down, good. Pull yourself straight up, not back, straight up and straight down, straight up and straight down, good. So we can do our sets and reps. So now we're going to go to another activity. So that's our pull, now we're going to go to a push. So we lower ourselves down and I'm going to get Virginia to come over here and get in a half kneeling position. I'm going to get her in half kneeling and I'm going to do a one-arm activity. So let's do the other knee down. So good. So now I'm going to give Virginia this band. So relax. I'm going to put it here, grab the band, and now she's going to do a forward press here with the band. Now, it's a one-arm activity. That one-arm activity creates rotation. So now we're forcing stability. We want to make sure that before we work on just straight upper body strength training, let's make sure we got a good stable base. And for someone who has a poor push-up, we've got to ensure that we do something like this first. So one arm training is a good way to start. Half kneeling even enforces it even more, or forces her to use her core even more. So push forward, again, 4 or 5 reps. Now let's go into another activity. That's a push. Let's go into a pull. So we'll go over here, and now she's going to use our rings and any type of activity here. You want to use a TRX system. She's going to get those feet moved forward. We got our platform here. Bend those knees. Bend the knees. Now here's the key. Pull yourself up, Virginia. Make sure you keep this core stable. Keep that butt tight. Go ahead and lower yourself back down. Good. Now making it harder, move those feet closer to the wall. But here's the key. Don't hyperextend. Keep everything tight. Pull yourself up. Chest up. Good. Keep those elbows tucked in. Let yourself down. So again, working yourself into these patterns, keeping your core tight and engaged while we're working the upper body. Last activity. Come on over here. We're going to get the kettlebell. We're going to get in half kneeling again. Now she's going to do an overhead press. So now, go ahead and let's put the other knee down. So we want to drive from that one knee that's down to the side we're going to be pressing up. I'm going to give her the kettlebell here. She's going to get it in good rack position. I'm going to coach her up. Nice and stable base. Don't hyperextend that back. Keep the back nice and tight. Now, go ahead and press it up overhead and come back down. Don't lock that elbow. And breathe. Yep, don't keep it right there, Virginia. Now go ahead and press it up. Breathe in. And exhale, coming down. A little bit heavy weight here, so I'm going to stay with her. Might give her a little bit lower weight. Breathe up. Press, 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 good, and back down. Again, the idea here is by having her in that half kneeling position, it's forcing her to be more stable. Okay, forcing stability here. Don't hyperextend that back. We could do even we could do arm curls here. So if Virginia wants to get some toned arms, let's do some overhead presses. Let's do some bicep curls here, working on upper body strength training while we're also forcing her to create good stability. That's the key. If we've got a person who's got poor on the push-up, the upper body component certainly could be the cause of it. So let's do both. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Core engagement while we're working upper body strengthening. And if you really want to get your push-up dialed in, go watch this video next.